We're continuing our tour of the pop-up cycle lanes and we've made it to Sydney Road. To get there, we rode through Sydney Park and almost came to grief with a dog. We joined the pop-up cycleway at the intersection of Mitchell Road. The entry onto the cycleway is relatively narrow and twisty. The on-ramp had to cope with existing trees and signs and thread its way between them. I think the designers did the best they could. At the time, we complained about the narrowness of the freshly laid concrete ramp between the footpath and the cycleway, but in hindsight, it looks like the only way it could have been widened would have been to cut down one tree. Now that goes against the spirit of a pop-up cycleway, which is meant to be a quick and relatively non-destructive project. This means that getting onto the cycleway is a challenge if you're towing kids in a trailer or riding a cargo bike, but I doubt the path could be made any wider without chopping into the roots of one or both trees, or like I said, cutting one down. The path itself is absolutely fine. It's wide enough, the road surface is in great condition, and there are no side streets to deal with. The ramp when you get close to the Prince's Highway suffers from the same width issues, although in this case there aren't any trees to worry about. The ramp is pretty much one way. If a cyclist was coming the other way, unless they're on a mountain bike and willing to jump the curb, one of you would have to stop and give way. I can't see any reason why this ramp couldn't have been made, say, 50% wider. At least the approach angle to the ramp from both directions is good, and the concreters did a great job where the ramp meets the road, leaving no lip for your wheels to crash over. Once you leave the cycleway, it's a completely different story. You're on a shared path of varying width and quality, get a jump around the potholes, and you're also mixing it up with pedestrians. This section makes you appreciate the pop-up cycleway even more. From there, we went around the corner into Concord Street, but that's a topic for another video. How could this cycleway be improved? Well, it'd be great if it was a little bit longer, especially removing the shared path section at the western end. The concrete ramps at each end could be a bit wider to accommodate things like cargo bikes and kids in trailers. But otherwise, I thought it was pretty damn good.